On Monday this week, the Kampala Capital City Authority, together with the Ministry of Works and Transport, embarked on a process of registering taxis, buses and their operators as a way of improving public transport. The city authorities set up 2 registration centers at Kitante Primary School and Old Kampala SS. Today, we visited the 2 centers and found a lot of congestion without following guidelines from the Ministry of Health to safeguard against COVID-19 pandemic.
The biggest challenge we have is that the KCC staff are very few and people are very many outside here. We have tried the social distancing, but really the numbers are overwhelming.
The situation at Old Kampala SS is not very different from that of Kitante.
Even where we are now, we are lining up, there is no social distance. We are likely to be affected by the coronavirus from here, yet we have stayed at home.
The drivers and taxi owners say the process has been messed up by KCCA management.
People are very many, the system is very slow, the requirements needed are not clear, even the information passed to the drivers and the owners of the vehicles, information is not clear. Someone comes, wakes up in the morning, comes here, goes back, comes the following day, yet footing. So it is really disturbing us.
KCCA spokesperson Paul Kawuju revealed that the authority had registered about 2,000 taxis of the planned 23,000 vehicles, indicating that they may be overwhelmed by the exercise.
I want to regulate them. Everybody should have a route, clearly knowing that this is my route number. And so this is what we are doing now. When you come to register, we capture all these details and assign you a route number. They will be operating in 8 parks in the city and also on 137 routes in the entire city. So,
in response, the Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago rubbished the exercise.
We have colleagues here whose duty is just to come up with half-baked ideas and want to implement them there and then. We must come up with short-term, medium-term and long-term measures and strategic plans.
We have a unique number which we are giving every vehicle. We actually are not giving the routes to the drivers. We are giving the routes to the vehicles. So it will be put on the screen, in front, the front screen, and then also the rear window.
You bring Kauju, he comes up with his gadgets, against his terms of reference because he's just a spokesperson.
Kauju is a humble servant of this government of Uganda. And all we are doing is to execute plans that we think are better for the city.
Lukwago revealed that his cabinet has developed a better Kampala transport master plan expected to be tabled before the KCCA Council on Monday next week.
The best we want to adopt here as KCCA, as the cabinet I preside over, is the Nairobi model of cooperative societies for all matatu operators and border borders.
The Lord Mayor said he's aware of a plan to eject taxis from the city.
For us, is inclusiveness. It's not exclusion. So the exclusion, they are starting on the process of banishing them from the city.
This is not a period for striking, and it is not a period for threats.
However, Kawuju says the authority has come up with the guidelines to follow before a taxi is allowed back on the road.
There are several vehicles that you would call DMCs that we have seen on the roads before, and these are a huge risk. They pose a huge risk to the lives of so many Ugandans in the city. So we will also subject them to mandatory inspection.
During his last address on the measures to fight COVID-19 pandemic, President Yoweri Museveni allowed taxis back on the road with strict observance of social distancing and other health guidelines. Jingo Francis, NTV.